What's up, guys? It's Nimrod back here with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a predictions video. And now you might be wondering, what predictions am I going to make, because there is no pay-per-view coming soon. But tonight we will kick off the tournament that everybody has been, well, not everybody I should say, but has been anticipated ever since it was announced. It is the Women's Tag Team Tournament to determine the new Women's Tag Team Champions. Now we know Naomi and Sasha have been suspended. Some say that they are both been released. I don't know, but you know, all that happened in like May of earlier this year. But as announced on SmackDown, the Women's Tag Team Tournament will finally begin after being announced for like months that it was going to happen. But these are just my predictions of who I think will be competing tonight in that tournament. I picked 8 teams because I feel like they won't do 4 because that's not really a tournament, because you only beat 1 team and you're already in the finals. And I think 8 teams will make it like a longer tournament. I don't know if they'll do 2 matches a night, but I think 8 teams would be good, similar to what they do with the Dusty Tag Team Classic. But my first team that I picked, this team, I really think that they're already a team, and I think it's going to be Dakota Kai and Eo Sky. Now, some people are saying it's going to be Bayley and Dakota off of what happened last week, but I think Bayley is kind of going to be she's the one that brought them in, and I don't think Eo would be the leader of the group, and I just think Eo and Dakota would be kind of an interesting team to see. I mean, I'm a fan of Dakota Kai. I like what she does in the ring, and Eo is just amazing in the ring. So I think they could be like in the finals, maybe, depending on who they face. And I just think it would be great to see them in the tournament together. Next up, we have Alexa Bliss and Asuka. Now, Alexa and Asuka, we've seen them help Naomi. We've seen them help Bianca last week, and I think that they've been teaming a couple times on Raw, we've seen. So I think it would just be good to have them both be in the tournament, kind of to not just have them in the title picture for the Raw Women's title, but also still be doing something on Raw. And I think since they do have issues with Bayley, Dakota, and Eo, they could face them in the tournament maybe. And it would make a lot of sense to have them as a team. So Asuka and Alexa. Now we move on to a team that is, I think, the only team right now that is considered a team that's probably not going to just be a makeshift tag team, is Nikki Ash and Dewdrop. Now these two have been competing together for a couple months now, and I really like them as a team. Even though they're just being booked as jobbers, they'll probably be booked as jobbers in the tournament. But I would love to see them in the tournament, and I would love to see them as Women's Tag Team Champions. I mean, Dewdrop, she just has so much star power and so much untapped potential. And Nikki, to be honest, I don't really care for her, so... But I would just love to see them as Tag Team Champions. So they're another team I think will be in the tournament. Now moving on to SmackDown, and it is going to be Sonya Deville and Natalya. We've seen them team before against Ronda and Liv that one time. And Natalya did help Sonya last year with that whole issue with Naomi, but it was originally Natalya and Shayna, but Shayna's kind of going for the title. So I think that team is kind of disbanded, and I think just to give Natalya and Sonya something to do, I think it would be great to see them in the tournament. So yeah, I think they're another team, and they work really well together. They could be like kind of the submission specialist in this tournament, which we would never really see with the women's tag team. So it would be good to see them together. Another team that I'm kind of just like, I kind of just put them together is Raquel and Aliyah. I do know Raquel and Aliyah did team together on, I believe, 2 live events one weekend. And it's kind of similar to like Natalya and Sonya, just for something for them to do and to be a part of this. But I don't think they would win. It's kind of just a team together. And now we get to the final two teams, and these two teams, I left them for the last two because I don't know if they would be a tag team or if they're going to be in the tournament, I should say. But it's just, I think, left field for me. First, we have from NXT, Toxic Attraction. Now, a Toxic Attraction, which is, I'm going to say Gigi and JC, there's nothing really left for them to do on NXT besides be there for Mandy to help her retain. I mean, they've been 2-time tag team champions. They lost their Fatal 4-Way on NXT last week, so there's nothing really for them to do, and I think it's just time for them to move up to the main roster, and they would be great, possibly on SmackDown, kind of to make it even with the SmackDown teams and the Raw teams. So I think they would be a great addition to the SmackDown roster. So far right now we have Alexa and Asuka, and then we have Dakota Eo, then we have Toxic, we have Raquel and Aliyah, we have Sonya and Natalia, we have Dewdrop and Nikki Ash. Oh, and the other team that I was thinking is Dana and Tamina. I'm surprised they haven't made them a tag team yet. They had that whole thing at the beginning of the year with the 24/7 title. And I don't know if Carmella would be cleared because I seen Carmella team up with Tamina on an episode of Main Event last week. So, I don't know if Carmella would be cleared, but I think they should just do Dana and Tamina, to be honest with you. It would make sense. And the final team, I know everybody wants to see them come back, including me. It is Naomi and Sasha Banks. Now, Naomi and Sasha, they would bring so much to the tag team division. They did bring so much to the tag team division before they left, and it would kind of make sense to have them in the tournament to compete for the titles. They never lost. And I do think they are coming back very soon, and hopefully, maybe in this tournament they come back. Hopefully they don't come back as singles competitors, because that would kind of make no sense. But that was just my predictions for the tournament. Leave your predictions for the tournament down in the comment section below. The tournament is tonight, starting on Monday Night Raw. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, champ.